Yo, what's happening, Raider Nation? It's your boy Soto here. You know what it is. Raiders versus the world, talking about the team that the world loves to hate, your Las Vegas Raiders. Okay, we made some moves already, all right? Max Crosby's been extended. We traded for our quarterback. And up next is free agency. So I want to do a mock draft prior to free agency just to see how things would work out. But before we do, I want to make sure everyone please like, comment, and subscribe to this video. If you're watching your video, if you've seen a couple of my videos already, go ahead and subscribe, man. It's absolutely free. It's a great way to support this channel, and it's the absolute bare minimum you can do to help this channel besides doing absolutely nothing. All right, let's get started. Okay, for this mock draft, I allowed myself one trade. That's it. And guess what? It was in the first round. So at pick number 6, Dallas wanted to trade up for us for the number 6 pick. Now, Dallas ended up picking Shedeur Sanders with that pick. It kind of makes sense, I guess. They're not too sure moving forward long term with Dak Prescott. They just gave him a lot of money, but maybe they're looking to like move on from him in some way, shape, or form, but also get the quarterback of the future. And the ties with Deion Sanders, I kind of get it. So in return, we received the first round pick, number 12 overall, a second round pick, number 44 overall, pick number 174 overall, and Dallas's third round pick in 2026. The reason why I did this is because I wanted to get some good draft capital going. In free agency, I really want the team to go out and get a couple of studs. I'm talking about high-end guys in their prime, give them premium money. That's fine. Premium players get premium money. That's what I want. We need premium players on our team. For a long time, we only had like one, maybe two premium guys on our team. You see what happened in the Super Bowl. Those teams have a lot of premium guys and a lot of positions. So we need to kind of spread the wealth out to different positions, and I hope in free agency we can do that. But in order to fill a roster, we can't just get a bunch of veteran minimum guys. We need to get some rookies and some young guys. So that's where the draft compensation comes into play. So first pick at number 12, interestingly, he was still there. Ashton Jeanty, running back out of Boise State. This dude is amazing. His tape is phenomenal. He can do everything. It's absolutely unreal. When you talk about a generational talent at running back, there hasn't been such a talent at running back coming out of college since like Saquon Barkley. Jeanty can do it all. He has elite vision, insane contact balance. He's an explosive playmaker. He's got breakaway speed, and he can catch the ball too. Plus, he's good in pass protection. There's nothing he can't do. In zone schemes, he runs with anticipation, and he just one cut, gone. He finds the seam, and he leaves linebackers in the dust. When he plays gap or a power scheme, he has the strength and the toughness to rip through the defensive line and get to the second level. This dude can do everything. If we trade back in the first round and Jeanty is there, we need to get them. These are the type of players you need to have on your team. You need to have high-level players sprinkled throughout your roster. We can't just have one guy here and there. Jeanty is definitely that. He has Offensive Rookie of the Year written all over him. Our running game was dreadful last season. It wasn't all the offensive line either. The running back position was really devoid of talent. Putting Jeanty in there gives you a great start to rebuilding that running back room. All right, next pick at number 37 overall, Tate Ratledge, guard out of Georgia. And you might seem like this is a little early to get Ratledge, but I don't care. This is my draft, and I want to get this run game going. Ratledge is a seriously impressive guard. He is a gap power scheme blocker. He's a people mover is what he is. So he pair really nicely with Jackson Powers-Johnson at center. Plus, he really kind of exclusively plays right guard, which is great because if Dylan Parham ends up keeping his starting job, he's better at left guard. So it kind of all works out. Tate Ratledge is going to push for starting snaps from day one. He's big, he's strong, he's fast, but he's not perfect. His technique does need some fine-tuning. It just so happens we got a pretty good offensive line coach, and we need him to perform miracles because this team is going to go as far as the running game takes it. And if you want to run the ball, Tate Ratledge is not a bad choice to make in the second round. All right, up next, number 44, we pick Jalen Milroe, quarterback out of Alabama. This is a little bit of a luxury pick, okay? I understand your frustrations. Some of you, why are you picking Milroe? We just got a quarterback. Well, Milroe is a freak. Physical freak. He has a cannon for an arm, and he's probably the most athletic quarterback to come out of college since Lamar Jackson. I'm not calling him the next Lamar Jackson, but man, the physical traits are there. The issue is the inconsistency. He'll drop a beautiful 60-yard pass, but then he'll miss a wide open swing pass and throw it 10 yards into the stands. He just needs some time. And I don't think that Alabama really did him any favors on their offense. They were kind of just like, go out and be athletic. They really didn't teach him or progress him any in quarterbacking skills that are going to help him in the NFL. That's where Geno Smith comes into play. Geno Smith is going to get a contract extension. All right, so he's going to be the quarterback for a few years, bringing in the culture that Pete Carroll wants. But he's also a pretty good quarterback as well. On top of that, Chip Kelly is going to be able to take and use a lot of the mobility that Geno Smith really hasn't been using. Who has a lot of mobility? Jalen Milroe. I think the marriage between Jalen Milroe and Chip Kelly on that offense is going to be amazing. You let Milroe sit on the bench for a few years, let him learn, have him progress, and maybe year 3, you're going to have a much different prospect at quarterback on your hands. All right, pick number 68 is Deion Walker out of Kentucky. Now, you look at him and you're like, man, this guy is big as a house. And he is. He's like 6'7", 325, 330 pounds. But he's quick, he's fast, and he's powerful. There is one catch, though. He only gives you about 20 to 25 good snaps a game. His body needs a little bit of work. You could tell he's a little bit softer on the middle, but nothing that an NFL strength and conditioning program can't take care of. The skills are there. This guy is another physical freak. Even if we don't improve him whatsoever, just take him the way he is, he's going to be a productive player for you for about 20 to 25 snaps. But we have the secret weapon in Rob Leonard, the defensive line coach. Coach Leonard's going to whip him into shape for sure. Look, guys, after missing out on Jalen Carter for God knows what reason, we can't pass up on another defensive tackle prospect like this. Yeah, we have Christian Wilkins, but what did the Eagles show us? You need to have a lot of guys up and down that line that will be able to create havoc in that offensive backfield. Deion Walker can do that. If he's available for us at number 68, we should get him. All right, pick 107 is Jalen Royals, wide receiver out of Utah State. Chip Kelly is going to be smiling ear to ear with Jalen Royals. You got a guy that's explosive, that can stretch the field for you, that can really give a lot of space to the underneath routes that Chip Kelly loves. I've watched a lot of his snaps for the last 2 years leading up to this mock, and man, he's not a one-trick pony, okay? He definitely can stretch the field, but he also likes deep crossers, comeback routes. He can put a lot of pressure on the opposing secondary, and he kind of gives off like point guard vibes with the ball in his hand. He kind of makes quick cuts, and he's always upfield. A former basketball player, you can kind of see why. Now, he's still raw. He needs to get better against press coverage and work on coming out of his breaks a little cleaner. But when he faces biggest competition in Boise State, he had 211 yards against that secondary. I think he's ready to go. I think he's going to way outplay his draft position. Up next at pick 144 is tight end out of Oregon, Terrence Ferguson. Terrence Ferguson has the size, the moves, the hands, the little shake after catch that teams are looking for in a versatile tight end. Now, I understand that we have Michael Mayer and we have Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers isn't going anywhere, but there's a lot of reports that Michael Mayer may be traded. So, if that's the case, Terrence Ferguson is a great replacement. Now, he's not a first-round freak, okay, but he's well-rounded and he's productive against top competition. And he's going to be ready to roll as a rookie. He can line up anywhere. He can hit defenses deep, short, intermediate. He can do it all. And to top it all off, he's a decent blocker, too. At 144, he's a steal waiting to happen. Alrighty, up next, pick 174 is Noel Williams, cornerback out of Cal. This dude is a turnover waiting to happen. He's got crazy ball skills, and it's not just a coincidence. This guy, he makes turnovers happen against good competition. Now, he's not going to blow you away with test scores or athleticism, but Pete Carroll has been pretty successful developing corners late in drafts that maybe didn't test the best. Williams comes up clutch in the big moments. He's a super playmaker. Now, he's not perfect. He needs to work on some of his transitions and work on his tackling, or some of these smoother receivers are going to eat him alive. But if you can get him on special teams and some sub packages and keep him out of dangerous one-on-one situations, he's going to be a very productive player for you on that defense and special teams right away. All right, pick 182 is Carson Vincent, offensive tackle out of Alabama A&M. I love these HBCU guys that are a little under the radar because Vincent is huge. He's like 6'7", almost 6'8", well over 320 pounds. This guy is a space eater. Now, before you start talking about his competition, he did play against Alabama and he did really well. So I don't think it's going to be a big jump from him for where he was to the NFL. Now, he is a developmental tackle, okay, but a developmental tackle with a lot of raw skill. You shine him up a little bit, teach him some more technique. This guy can be a swing tackle by midseason of year 1 and be starting in year 2. At worst, Vincent will be a swing player on your offensive line in year 2 and a steady contributor. At best, he could start maybe at the end of year 1, and that's great upside. You got to love these under-the-radar prospects. All right, pick 214 is Michigan running back Khalil Mullings. Look, I understand we got Ashton Genty, but we need a lot of help in the backfield. It's pretty devoid of talent. Now, I understand that Genty is a powerful runner as well, but he's got breakaway speed. Khalil Mullings is the hammer. He's huge. He's big, he's thick, he's powerful, and he just runs straight ahead. If you need a short yardage guy, this is your guy. He can contribute right away in short yardage and in the red zone. He's got great vision, balance, and he knows how to set up his blocks. He's not the greatest right now in the pass game, but that can come with time. Right now, I don't need him to catch passes. I need him to be a battering ram. Stick him downhill in a power run scheme and watch him flourish. I have a feeling that Chip Kelly knows exactly what to do with Mullings. Pick 218 is Caleb Ransaw out of Tulane, cornerback. Now, cornerback is kind of an iffy proposition. If he's going to be corner, he's going to be a slot nickel, or he's going to be a safety. This last season, he played kind of a hybrid role where he was more of a safety linebacker, but he did cover the slot and he did it really well. He's super physical. He plays like a linebacker with the speed of a safety and the awareness of a corner. He's not the fastest sideline to sideline, but he's gritty. He's got good ball skills. He's just the type of guy that Pete Carroll loves. All right, our last pick is number 224, and it's going to be Cody Simon, linebacker out of Ohio State. This dude just has a knack for like smashing into things and knocking them over. Take a look at his tape against Oregon in the Rose Bowl. This guy was all over the place, and he was a freaking battering ram everywhere he went. But he's not just all muscle. He's super athletic, too. For the Raiders, I see him being a special teams standout. Maybe sub packages later in his rookie season, but for sure, special teams number one. Think of the new Isaiah Polomau. Isaiah Polomau is super athletic, and he went undrafted. Cody Simon can be that guy where you get late in the draft and just kind of stick him in special teams for a few years and watch him flourish. If he gets a chance in a couple years, he's going to show you exactly what he can do when he goes on the field. Because I'm thinking in maybe 2 or 3 years, Cody Simon gets his chance and never lets that chance go. Patience is the name of the game with Cody Simon. He's got a lot of potential and he's willing to learn, but you got to take your time. And if you do, you're going to reap the rewards in like 2 or 3 years. Now, on top of that draft haul, we have an extra 3rd round pick in 2026. Damn. Can you believe it, guys? We traded back, got some extra picks, and still got a generational talent at running back at number 12. If that happens, it's going to be a home run draft. We don't know what's going to happen yet in free agency, but if this were to come true, this would be an excellent start and a new direction for the Raiders. Let me know what you think in the comments below, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. It's a great way to support this channel. I would really appreciate it. If you've watched some of my videos before and you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe. It's absolutely free, and it's the absolute bare minimum you can do to help this channel besides doing absolutely nothing. All right, guys, I appreciate your time. Until next time, everybody. Peace. Hey, Raider Nation. Thanks for watching. There's plenty more where that came from. Go ahead and smash that like button. Drop a comment. Make sure to subscribe and share to all your socials. It's the bare minimum you can do without doing absolutely nothing.